Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for another adult craft brought to you by the Pittston Memorial Library. This is like Sesame Street that way. But yeah, today we're going to be working on a Thanksgiving adult craft. And as I was trying to think what I wanted to do for November with you guys, as I'm like looking around, it felt like everybody was making the jump right ahead to Christmas and just totally breezed on over Thanksgiving. But no, we're gonna work on Thanksgiving. So quick rundown of supplies. We're going to be making, first of all, a nice centerpiece for your table. And I know a lot of us are spending the holidays a little bit different this time, so even if you don't want to put this on your table, it's really nice, I think, above like a mantelpiece on a fireplace or on a table like somewhere else in your house. But yeah, supplies. We're going to be using wine glasses. They don't have to be any traditional kind of wine glass. I am recommending that they be 3 different sizes of depth, and I will show you guys that later. But this is one of them that I have right now. They don't have to be, like I said, like long stem. They could be of a variety of size. You're also going to need acrylic paint. I have 3 different kinds here. If you want to be a little bit more interpretive about this and use different colors, totally up to you. This is just a guide, if you will. You're also going to be using acrylic paint markers, or at least I am, because as Tabitha Brown says, it's my business and I like these. They are really good about getting some of those fine pieces of your design if you want to do that. Then you're going to be using what we have here, like a little bit of leftover supplies from our October craft. We still have some leaves left that we're going to use, and then we have some leftover wreath making materials. And then of course sponge brush to paint your glasses, and a thin paintbrush for any fine designs you want to do, and then scissors, water for washing the brushes off and all that. And of course, most important, you're going to need a glue gun, because this is going to help secure a lot of our pieces on. Okay, so let's get started. It's really easy, just to kind of get right into it, because all you're going to be doing is painting the glass. And if you are like me, sometimes you're impatient, and this can be done relatively quickly. So like I'm doing here, you're going to want to just make sure all of your glass is covered, and that you don't have any super blank kind of clear spots. I know that they do make glass paint. I've never used it, but if you feel that this is going to be a better option for you, I definitely welcome that if you want to give that a try. Important to note is this is a decoration, as you all know, so don't run it through the dishwasher. Clean it by hand. I can't guarantee that your whole work won't wash off. But if you can kind of see what I'm doing here, we are making the beginnings of a pumpkin. So your glass, area here at the bottom is going to be kind of like pumpkins are, in a variety of shapes and sizes. And I think it makes it a little bit more interesting when you're kind of getting into just the general look of the design. Okay, so that's pretty well painted. If you want to go ahead and add a little bit more depth to that, you might want to grab like a little bit of green here and just kind of shade a la Bob Ross, and just kind of try to create just a little bit more depth and texture to your glass. And then you kind of, shade over. Then you at least have a little bit of dimension there. But again, up to you. You can be as fancy or as simple as you want to go. Okay, so that's the orange part. I think we got everything there. And now we're gonna do the green. This is going to get messy, so don't be like me and forget that you need paper towels until you're like halfway through. I do have them this time, but a couple times I've started crafting and then I don't have all the things that I need. So definitely be sure that you have all your supplies before you get started because it's kind of a pain when you have to go back over. And if you get a little bit messy here and you don't get like the stem exactly, because your stem is going to be the stem of your pumpkin, that is okay, because if you've ever looked at like a regular kind of jack-o'-lantern or you know, harvest pumpkin, they're not perfect. So if you have like a stem here that carries a little bit, that's cool. And once you've got all of your spaces kind of covered, you can put that to the side for a minute, or yeah, we're gonna put them to the side. Wait for him to dry a little bit, and I think we're gonna go back in and do the acrylic stem dimensions and everything. But in case we don't have time, I'm going to show you. This is a dried version. Now, I talked about before, you don't need the traditional wine glass. This is, I'm not really sure what kind of glass this is, but I don't think it's for wine, traditionally anyways. So this one is like kind of a bell shape, but I think it makes a really interesting pumpkin. So as you can see here, I kind of went in and did like a little bit of a squiggle with my acrylic paint pens over here. So you can kind of have some vinage going in. Put that to the side. All right, and now we're going to get our glue gun, and we're going to, let me just get that out of the way. We're gonna start adding some of our decor. So as you can see here, I kind of cut up a couple different types of leaves and everything. And I'm just gonna see which ones are gonna work for my design here. So you can add however many you want. And the glue gun is really, just be careful that it doesn't get too hot. The glue gun is really good about hiding a lot of any imperfections or anything you have going in. So if something's popping up a little bit, you can go back in and just put a little bit more on top, or cut your stem however you need to do it. We'll put a green one in there. Okay, so that's our leaves there. And then I think we're gonna go in with some of these berry things. We're gonna put a little bit more dimension, make it a little bit more interesting. Oops. And put them right there. I'm just concerned that they don't pop off. So I'm gonna put a little bit more glue behind it. We're smoking a little bit here, so it's gotten a little hot. So I'm just gonna hold this a second and it'll dry for me. Beautiful. All right, so that one is our second. And let me see if our first guy here is dried. He's pretty good. Like I said, it's a really quick craft. So if you don't have a lot of time, this is a good one too. So I'm gonna go in with my paint pen. And I should add that these are pretty quick to dry too, which is nice. And add however many squiggles you want to. Maybe you want to make it kind of like a fairy tale style pumpkin. I thought about that. Do a little gold, or maybe a white pumpkin. That would be kind of cool. We'll see if we can add our leaf here. We have some red berries here, so I think we're going to put some of those in as well. Maybe a little bit of green for good measure. We have one more left, why not? Okay, so we have 2 different glasses here, and then I also made this little guy here. He was Kristen's favorite because he looked really like a little baby pumpkin there. But you have 3 different sizes here, and then what you can do is, this is a regular candle, so you can go ahead and put, you know, 3 different sizes of tea candle here, and that'll be really cute. Or what you can do, I have a box of tea candles if you don't want to live dangerously. My mom's a big fan of those Luminaire candles. Maybe you have those at home. You can kind of do this. And maybe you want to put, you know, candles all around. But you have a little nice centerpiece for yourself. And my favorite thing, of course, is that you can upcycle the entire thing. So maybe you just have some glasses laying around that nobody ever used, or maybe you had a set of 2 and your husband broke one. You don't talk about it anymore, but it's in the cupboard. You can recraft with that. So I hope that you guys give this a try. This is my holiday hack for you. And in the comments, if you want to tell us some of your holiday hacks, some favorite recipes or tricks and tips, and we're going to put them all on a Pinterest board so that we can share those with everyone on our page. All right, so give it a try, and we hope that you have a lovely Thanksgiving. Take care, everyone.